Mr. Irontrader. It is Monday morning, so it's time to go to work. Now, we've got a shortened week here. We got markets be open up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're closed Thursday for Thanksgiving holiday. And then we have a shortened day till 1 o'clock there on Friday. Okay, we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then we'll take a look here at gold, silver, crude oil, and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not recommendation advice on stock about ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, here we have Bitcoin, your daily chart. Now you can see here how your downtrending situations, your 8-day, 21-day, 50-day, 100-day, everything is rolling over to the downside. That 8 days got your price has to get back above that 8-day in order to reverse that situation. Now here, so far today, we made this high of 88,230. Friday's high was 88,150, so we made a little bit higher high, and so far we have a higher low. So really, what realistically we're trading against is that Friday's candle, that low of that 87.50. Now there is support. Okay, so today we made that 85,655 level. Your next level right here is going to be right here. It's going to be 84,790, and then we'll come down here at 83,905, and then we have 83,190 level, and then we can retest your 8070 level. Okay, that's what we have. Now we have a bottoming tail situation. The question is it going to hold? That's going to be the key. Is this bottoming tail here going to hold, or is it going to crack through that and go lower? Now, if we go lower than that, then your next level is going to be that 79.55. We have here 78.495. We'll come to the bottom there at 76.390 level, and then we have the big retest down here at 74.635. Okay, but that's only if we lose Friday's bottom of that candle. Okay, now on the upside here, we're looking for today's highs at 88.230 level. And then we look here to the bottom of this candle, we have 88,600, and we'll look bottom there. You're looking at 89,325, and then we're going to start getting right into the thick of this here at that 90,964. That's going to be very, very critical. We have to get that price has to close back above. If it can, then we can attack this area here at that 93,255. We'll come up here 93,990. We'll come up, work your way up here to 96,145 level. Then we look to the bottom of this candle here at that 97,905. Then we'll come to the bottom of that candle at 99,250. And then right here, this is going to be very, very key. This is that 100,599 level. Then obviously you have your 200-day, your 50-day, and your 100-day. But the 8-day right now is everything. You have to get back above that in order to reverse this downtrend situation. Now, here we are. We have this actually really oversold condition. See how that is turning blue there? That's oversold condition. Same with the MACD here. We'll get way on the bottom. So I think it's just going to be a matter of time again, but you got to be very, very patient. Just because it's oversold doesn't mean it can't stay oversold. Okay, so always remember that it can go just like we see on this overbought situation where it turned blue here on overbought. See, we still have an overbought kind of situation, so it can stay there. But again, just be very, very patient. We want to trade that range. So just watch Friday's candle, that 88,150 high and that 87.50 on the low side. Okay, let's take a look here now at Ethereum. All right, here we have Ethereum, your daily and your weekly chart. Okay, now you can see here we have pretty much the same thing. See how that 8-day, 21-day, 50-day, everything is rolled right on over. Okay, now what we're really doing today, we made this high of 28,885, and then we had 28,93 here on Friday. Okay, so far we have what they call as an inside day. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to watch Friday's high, that 28.93 level. If we get up there, then we want to come to the bottom of this candle right here. You're looking at 29.48 level. Then we'll be looking for that 8-day at 29.88. That's going to be very, very critical. You have to get above that in order to hit that 3,067, which is your 200-day. Now, if we can get above that, we just follow the candles up here, 31.28 level. We come up here, 31.75. We have 32.26 level. We come up marching all the way up here to 32.70 level, and then we'll be looking right here for this 21-day at 33.88. But again, this 8-day is everything kind of a situation. Now you can see how it rallied up, and it's pretty much the same as Bitcoin. We put like a double tweezer top situation in there, came all the way down, and it's holding that 21-day, is holding everything down. So this price has to get back above that 8-day in order to change that chart and reverse that downtrend to an uptrend. Now, we're pretty much here at an oversold condition, but we're sitting right at the bottom, same way with here. So it'll just be a matter of time, okay, before we can reverse this. Now, on the downside, we're watching Friday's low. That's at 26.27. If we start losing that area, then when we come right down to the bottom of this candle, looking at 25.22 level, we come down here 23.83, we'll come down here 23.44, and then here's your big retest down here at 21.75 level. Okay, now when we look here on the old weekly chart here, I want to show you here is this 24.56. That's your 200 SMA here. If it comes right down to this level here and it holds it, that could be a really good buying opportunity here to take this bad boy up higher. But again, that's going to be very, very critical at 24.56 level on a closing basis. Now, we look at here, this never got through like an oversold condition. Your green is over your red, obviously, because you see the momentum to the downside. But let's just be a little bit patient here. If you're trading this 24.56, let's see if that holds, if it even gets down to that area. Okay, let's take a look here now at gold and silver. Here we have gold, silver. Now I can see it's not really doing a whole lot. Okay, so what I was looking for is this. Here we have this big brown cup. And I was looking for this handle, but the handle now is just kind of falling right off. If we had this uptrend right up there, then that would have been a perfect, nice cup and handle. But now you can see how it just kind of is consolidating sideways, and now we're stuck between that 8-day and that 21-day. So on the upside here, this is what you're watching is 40.81. That's your 8-day. That's very, very key. We get above that, we'll come on top of that candle. You look at 41.01, and then we have 41.09, and we come up here. We're looking at that 41.34 level, and then march it all the way up here, 41.55. 42.18, and then you retest there at 42.50. Crack above that, you retest it at 43.98. Okay, that is your upside. But the 8-day, again, I can't stress enough, is everything. You have to close back above it. Now, on the downside here, we have to hold this 48 level. If not, then here's your target. It's going to be that 40.05. That is going to be your 50 SMA here, okay? Then what we do is we can come right down here to the bottom of this candle. You're looking at that 39.73 level. We have 39.35, and then we have that 39.01, which is your big retest. We lose that. Obviously, we have your 100-day, and we have your 200-day here below it. But right now, we just have this sideways consolidation. And right here, you can see the RSI. That's not overbought, oversold. Same thing here. We just have sideways consolidation. But again, upside, 8-day is everything. You got to crack above it. Downside, you have to crack below that 21-day. But right now, we just have this sideways. But you can see how that 8-day, see how that 8-day is rolling over? Eventually, something's going to give. This is going to cross over and take the price down, or she's going to roll back up here and crack above and aim for that 42.50 level. Okay, silver, pretty much the same kind of a situation, except we had this double top. Came right on down, and you can see how strong that 8-day is. See? Into it. Okay, see how we got all the way above it? But you notice where did it close? Everything closed below that 8-day. See, that's why you want to trade the charts. Now, see this 8-day, see how this rolled over? Okay, so now we got that really ping pong action. So this is what you want to watch is that 50-50 on the top. Okay, so we get above that, we come up to this level here, 51.03. We'll come up there at 51.57, and then we march it up here, 52.24. We come up here at on this candle here, we're looking at 53.37, and you retest at 54.41 level. Okay, but you have to close back above that 8-day. We can't do these pop and drops. You have to actually close above it in order to go higher, like we had with this candle here. Now, on downside, we want to watch right there. We want to watch that 21-day. We lose that 21-day. Well, here's your target. Very simply, 48.17, just like we had last week. Okay, came right on down, and it moved right on up here, and now we just have this sideways action. Okay, now not overbought or oversold. Same thing here. We just have sideways action. So today, what you want to watch is what your trading is between that 21-day and that 8-day. We crack above the 8-day, we go higher. You crack below the 21-day, we go lower. Okay, let's take a look here now at the crude oil. Here we have crude oil. Okay, now you can see here how that same thing, that 50-day, how strong it is. Very strong. All right, so now what we have here, it couldn't make it through, so we got this series of lower lows and lower highs. Okay, so as far today, we made this low of 57.42. Friday, we made a low of 57.38. So right now, so far, we have what they call as an inside day. Your high and low is the inside of the previous day. So what you're trading against is Friday's candle, okay? So 57.38 on the bottom, 58.58 on top. We lose this 57.38 down, then when we come right here, this is your target at 58.08, and then we have your target down here at 55.96 level, and then we crack that, you have 55.12. That's going to be your downside target. Now on the upside, well, realistically, it's the same thing, okay? We have to get back above that 8-day, 59.11, okay, the 21-day, 59.82, and then your 50-day at 60.70. That's going to be very strong. We get above that, we go 62.17 level. Then we'll come up here to the top of this candle, 62.59, and then we have 62.86. Then we have 64.23, and then 64, 66.42 level. Okay, but right now we have this downtrending situation going here. Okay, so that's what we have: series of lower highs and lower lows. So again, just watch Friday's candle. That's what we're going to be trading against here. That 58.80 on the high side, 57.38 on the down. Now, this is not overbought, oversold. The same way with this, we have sideways action. So if this falls off, this can go way, way lower. See, like we get a situation like this. See, this is oversold, and then we have that big spike on down. Okay, but right now, we just don't have that. We just have like a sideways action. So right now, crude oil is holding in pretty good. A lot of key factors here with going on here is going to be this: if they can get the Russia-Ukraine war peace agreement going on there and get that settled, that would be a good thing situation. We've got to see if that's all going to shake out. But again, now the U.S. is buying, filling up their SPR, so you're taking off some of that supply issue. But then again, you got sanctions against Russia. So, it's a whole thing. I see that's why I like trade crude, because it's always like in play kind of a situation. But right now at this time of the year, you'd have to have some kind of catalyst here to start, ratcheting it up here. But once you get past that 8-day, the 21-day, that 50-day is going to be extremely crucial. Okay, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Here we have the old natural gas. Okay, so let's see what we got. Okay, so we have this double top situation. See how we have that 4.68 level there? We tested it Friday. We have 4.67. So we have a double top situation, and now we have sideways action. Okay, now to to negate that situation, you have to close back above that 4.68 level. Okay, so if you do, then we just look right here to the left here, 490, that's your target. Now, it's not going to go directly there. You go, 4.75, 4.8, 4.85, but realistically, 4.90, that's your target. Then we'd have to see what the reaction is once you get into that level. Okay, but right now here, we're just kind of doing sideways situation, and we're holding right here around that 8-day. Now, they're predicting pretty good storms here for the Thanksgiving holiday. So again, that could be really affecting natural gas. Now, natural gas last on the EA report had a pretty good draw, because you were doing builds of like 45 billion cubic feet, and then last week we had a draw of 14 billion cubic feet. So now you're starting to get into that draw seasons here on the natural gas. Now the question is how deep those draws are actually going to get. Okay, so right now what we're watching is this 8-day. This is very, very key. 4.49. If not, we come down to today's low at 4.44. Okay, now we lose that, we're going to come right down to this area here, looking at 4.35, and then we have your 4.26, and then we have your retest down here at 4.23. Okay, 21 days is going to be very, very key, because this is like a catch-all situation. So that's going to be very, very key. Now you can see how the 21-day crossed over, 50-day crossed over. So right now here, this is still looking good, sideways kind of an action. Now upside here, we got to get right above that 4.57 level, and then we can come up here 4.61, and then we have 4.63. But realistically, that 4.68, that's the breakout. That's what we have to get through. So we went there, touched it, we retouched it here, just a little bit lower. So you have that double top situation. So how do you negate that? Is you have to get back above that 468, then that negates that double top, and then she runs right towards that 490. Now, right here, we got to like an overbought condition, but right now it's coming off here pretty good. Okay, so you still got plenty of room to run to the upside. You're only sitting at 63. This here, the green and red, this is like a sideways action. So right now, you got to just play this out. So for me, I'm just scalping the UNG there for the long, KLD for the short. But right now, just the UNG here, unless I can see something on this order here, and so far this double top really isn't showing much. You don't have a big red candle where you say, usually you get these double tops and they say, oh, next day is a big red candle, and then it comes all the way on there. That's not what we're having. We're just having this sideways kind of a consolidation action. But we did have a bottoming tail here too, so always got to pay attention to that. But right now, just watch this 8-day. That's going to be very, very key. And then watch that 4.68. All right, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here midday trading. We'll take a look at some stocks. All right, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.